some of the ancient origins of how deep in Buddhist philosophy that meditation and mindfulness go hand in hand. And Khenpo Lekshey travels the world. We call him the jet-setting Lama. And is very experienced with many, many Buddhists and lay people, so we're very privileged tonight. After his talk, people are very welcome to ask questions, and following that, people can go and purchase refreshments through the double doors there we have at the back. So without more ado, I'd like Lama to go ahead and give us the fruits of his wisdom.
Thank you, Jill, and good evening to everybody. I welcome you to my talk. I'm really very happy to see all of you, to learn your interest in Dharma or spiritualism. But as a tradition, I will say a few prayers first. Jane kundu lama rinpoche, jin chuji jela sovande, nyame kadin jinji tujiz. Deshe pato kundu jinji lo, jane kundu lama rinpoche, jin chuji jela sovande, nyame kadin jinji tujiz. Deshe pato kundu jinji lo, jane kundu lama rinpoche, jin chuji jela sovande, nyame kadin jinji tujiz. Deshe pato kundu jinji lo, chanjo samjo rinpoche, ma jeba nam jejuji, jeba nyamba meba, kone kondo pe warai sho, sonam di tongje siva nyi, tomne nyebe dana panje ne, jega naji ma kubai, sibe cholen do ando warai sho. So, today, the talk is how to gain the mindfulness. This is very important, and mindfulness is a kind of the meditation that Buddhism teaches. Today there are many different types of the meditation to gain the mindfulness. And to remove depression, stress. So therefore, the mindfulness meditation become quite popular everywhere in this world. Traditionally speaking, in Buddhism, the mindfulness meditation is not only the practice to gain the complete peace and happiness. The mindfulness practice is a preparation for all other meditations. There are many deep meditations. The idea for the Buddhism, the meditation, is not only to gain the temporal gain the permanent peace and happiness. But the meditation alone will not help you to gain this peace and happiness. We have to correct our attitude. The depression, the stress comes through various emotions, various negative attitudes. So therefore, we have to put effort how to correct our attitude. And the attitude, there are physical attitude, there are mental attitude, there are also the verbal attitudes. We are engaging everything through these three things. Be it spiritualism or the politics, we have to go through these three things, three attitudes. What we in Buddhism call three doors, because everything comes through that. When we have a stress and depression, stress and depression doesn't come up by itself. It comes through the causes and conditions. So the causes and condition, it is very important for us to recognize what are the causes and what are the conditions that causes our depression and stress and unhappiness, conflicts, so many unwholesome things. So therefore, Buddhism said that the defilement is the one that creates all these things. So defilement, maybe not familiar, this is an English word, you may understand defilement means something else. But in Buddhism, defilement means negative emotions, because it defiles our wisdom. It defiles our mind from seeing the right things. So therefore, the principal defilements are desire, anger, and ignorance. The desire is not only, desire here means something like wanting. Everything that wanting is the desire. And anger or hatred is, as everybody knows what it means, it's a very normal word. And ignorance. Ignorance is not just we usually say, I'm very ignorant, which means that you didn't realize something. So in Buddhist term, the ignorance means the particular mental function that blocks your mind to see the true nature of oneself, true nature of all the phenomena. That is called the ignorance. this ignorance as our habit. So the habit is not the permanent. Habit is the temporary. It is something like addiction. You addicted to something, but that addiction is not permanent. You can remove that addiction through applying the antidotes or through understanding the disadvantage of that addiction. So, from that point, Buddha said that we all sentient beings, not only the human being, but also the insects, all the beings are the potential of becoming Buddha. So Buddha here means, usually we say Buddha, something like we see that it is a physical shape or a person. But in reality, Buddha is not the physical things. Buddha Shakyamuni is called a Buddha. But it is not because of his physical shape, not because of his race, but it is because he achieved a wisdom. So that wisdom is enlightenment. Many times in Buddhist books you could see enlightenment, Buddha. So it actually means the wisdom. You become Buddha means you achieved the enlightenment, this wisdom. So you achieved enlightenment. So our mind that has no beginning, and also there is no end. Mind is not accepted by the scientists, but Buddhists do accept. Mind is not the brain. If the mind is brain, then it will be very difficult for us to expect, to hold many things. And also, size-wise, big head has a bigger brain. Small head has a smaller brain. And you cannot say the big-headed ones are the more intelligent, more clever. So it is a physical substance, brain is. It can be decayed, but mind can be developed. So the mind is, yet mind is untouchable, invisible. So we have to sense the mind by ourselves. So this mind is a very beautiful, because this mind, the nature of this mind is harmless. The nature of this mind is very powerful. It can produce many things. It can manifest many things if the mind is taken with good care. So therefore, all these defilements or negative emotions are not the nature of the mind. nature of the mind is free from these defilements and emotions, but the mind is tainted by this defilement and emotions. So therefore, mind is caught up with these emotions and defilements. And mind is controlled by these emotions and defilements. So it becomes negative. But true nature of the mind is very powerful. But these defilements doesn't give opportunity the mind to show out its powers. It's like a mirror. Mirror has the power or ability to reflect our face. But if it is dusty or covered with the cloths, then it cannot reflect our face, no matter how long we look at it. But when we remove the cover, or clean the dust, then mind can reflect our face. So similarly, if we remove all these defilements from our mind, we can reflect our mind, each other. That is why we can say the sixth sense. The real sixth sense is when the mind is removed. When you remove these defilements, then mind can reflect everything. So this mind has to be omniscient. It has the ability to see everything, past, present, future. But because of our defilement, it is blocked. So therefore, we have to remove these things. So there are two meditations. What is usually known as a shamatha meditation and vipassana meditation. Buddhism Buddha's teaching can be categorized mainly in two ways. What we call Theravada or Mahayana. Both Theravada and Mahayana accept shamatha and vipassana meditation. If you do not accept these two things, then you cannot expect any result through the Buddhist practice. Today there are, sometimes shamatha is called come abide by, something like that. But in Tibetan, shamatha means hine. He means pacification or peace. Ne means abide or remain. Remain with the peace. So now who remains? Our mind remains. So the shamatha meditation is to make the mind remain in peace. And that shamatha meditation is not the main meditation. It is the preparation for the vipassana meditation. Today there are some teachers who teaches a vipassana meditation. But when I think carefully, then I would say that their meditation, what they teach, is not the vipassana, it is a shamatha still. Vipassana meditation is in Tibetan called Thubten. Thubten means extraordinary insight. So extraordinary insight means emptiness. Now you use the hop. So shamatha meditation is to gain the peace, tranquility of the mind, and basically the shamatha meditation, tranquility, how you gain the tranquility is if your mind can keep on one point, concentrate on one point, then that mind is free from all these emotions and negative actions, or negative, what do you call it? Yeah, negative emotions. So, then when your mind can keep on one pointedness, concentrate on one pointedness, then that mind, you can, through that, you can meditate the Vipassana meditation. Because then you can concentrate on anything. So you can concentrate on emptiness. Otherwise, in the beginning, it is not possible to concentrate on the emptiness. But the emptiness is not what you understand, emptiness. I will explain you this later on. Many people today think the emptiness means nothingness. But that is not the thing. But I'll explain you this later on. So therefore, as I said earlier on, that all these are problems. The depression and stress is part of the problems. It does not encompass all the problems that we face today. But all these problems that we face today are a result of our emotion. Personal emotion, collective emotion. So as long as we cannot remove this negative emotion, we cannot expect any peace. Peace in oneself, peace in society. There are many politicians talking about the peace. Powerful politicians talking about the peace. Long before, but we have not achieved any peace yet. In fact, more and more conflict and problems increasing. Many of us, when we were young, we have never heard about the terrorism. But today, terrorism is very common. In the beginning, when we hear the terrorism, we get shocked. We think that, it's terrible. But today, when we see in the newspaper, it just becomes information. It doesn't make us shocked. So like that, the problem is increasing. It's not getting less. That is because our attention to our attitude, negative attitude, become and our attention to bring up the negative emotion become higher. That is because of the greediness. So, due to the greediness, then we have jealousy, we have anger, we have hatred, we have competition, and so many things like that. So, Buddhism teaches how to remove all these negative emotions. But Buddha never said that through his blessings, these emotions, negative emotions, can be removed. Buddha said, we have to put effort. Each and every one of us has to put effort for our happiness and peace. Buddha said he cannot remove our suffering with his fingers, and he cannot wash our suffering with water. But he can show us the ways to remove our sufferings. So suffering we cannot remove. As long as we cannot remove the cause of those sufferings. So we have to put effort to remove the cause of the suffering. So emotion, negative emotion is the cause of the suffering. We have strong attachment to oneself. And when we see one strongly, then we see others strongly also. Then there is a conflict. There's no sharing. So there is no peace. So therefore, Buddha told us compassion, loving kindness. So these are the things that will remove our negative emotions. These are not only things, there are many other things, but these are the main things that removes. The depression comes through putting oneself so important than anyone else. You know that. Therefore, there is a conflict. We never want others to be better than oneself. We never want others to be more or even we talk about material things like more rich, more famous, more intelligent. And for that, then we have so many other negative emotions, like competitions, anger, jealousies, and all this comes up. So, Buddha said this is not the right thing for us to treat everyone as a different. Buddha said we have to treat everyone as one. No difference between oneself and others. Because everybody wanting for peace and not wanting for happiness and for suffering. So this is equal. So why I need happiness and why they don't need happiness? This is one point. Another point is we are interrelated as a parent, as a children. So therefore, we owe each other too much. Every one of us has given love, care to each other. So our present mother, look at our present mother. Our present mother is very kind. Today there are problems, right, between the mother and children, between the parents and the children. That is another ignorance. But we cannot run away from the fact. Be the mother or father bad now, but when we were baby, when we were child, they have definitely given us so much love, so much care. And we cannot forget that. That is fact, that is true. I think there are maybe some few parents might have not given much love, but generally speaking, most of the parents has given us when we were young. So in the teachings, there are many ways of said, there are many ways how the mother has given the love and compassion and care for us. So then, if you still think the mother sentient beings are bad and go against them, then in Buddhism it is considered a bad person because you don't realize the kindness, you don't appreciate the kindness that mother has given, the love that mother has given. We do not appreciate it. So therefore, before we do the meditation, it is very important to understand what Buddha means by the compassion, loving kindness. Compassion is not a conditional compassion. We talk about a conditional compassion. If our love and compassion is conditioned, then that is not the pure love and compassion. Our love and compassion should be unconditional. Whether the others are good or bad, that does not depend to generate our love, our compassion. So when we have a love and compassion, we can reduce our anger, our hatred, our that jealousy. So that much we can reduce the problems and stress. Depression comes through not being satisfied. have compassion and loving kindness, we are always satisfied. But because of lack of compassion, loving kindness, we are not satisfied all the time. So the Buddhist point of the compassion is kind of wish, kind of thought, to wish all the sentient beings free from the cause of the sufferings. That wish is our compassion, Buddhist compassion. Buddhist compassion is not the pittiness. You feel pity, feeling pity. It's not a compassion. It may be the part of compassion, but not the complete compassion. Complete compassion is particular thought, wishes all the sentient beings be free from the cause of the suffering and free from the suffering and the cause of the suffering. So the cause of the sufferings are principally these negative emotions and negative actions. So actually when you pray, the compassion can be done through the meditation. Compassion can be done through the prayers. When you pray, you can pray, may all the sentient beings be free from the suffering and the cause of suffering. That is also compassion. So which means that you pray all the sentient beings not be practicing the negative actions, negative emotions. And you treat everybody accordingly. That is the compassion. So through that, what happens is it will remove our anger, our jealousy. There is a daily practice of compassion and loving kindness. When you see someone got the promotion, or maybe your opponent got the promotion, and instead of feeling jealousy or feeling unhappiness, if you appreciate, if you feel happy, that is the compassion. If you have good dress, good ornament, you wish, may all others also have such good dress, good ornament. That is the compassion. Instead of thinking that, oh, I have this, others don't have. So today I can go with the crowd. I can enjoy. That is not the compassion. So most of our daily attitudes we can take into the compassion and loving kindness. You have a good food today. Also you can wish that may all others have such a good food, and particularly those who do not have the food to eat, may they have such food. Then your eating food can be virtuous deed. So every action we can turn into the virtuous action. But if you don't know how to do that, then they becomes negative actions, non-virtuous actions. When we talk about the law of karma, yes, there is a law of karma, but not all. There's law of karma. There's a negative action and a positive action, or virtuous action, or non-virtuous actions. So the non-virtuous actions, not necessarily non-virtuous action. If your motivation is correct, negative motivation. Many times I saw in the books that there's a Buddhist belief that everything is due to the karma. But I won't say everything is due to karma. Okay, first, the non-virtuous action is not necessarily non-virtuous action. If you kill somebody by car accident, in Buddhism it is not considered killing because you have not killing motivation. But in the court, yes, you will be fined. But in religion, Buddhism, it is not a killing. By accident you did something wrong, but it is not considered as a killing. Then, as I said just now, that everything is not due to karma. It depends on the circumstances. You drink very hot water or very hot tea, your lip get burnt. I will not say this is because of your previous karma. That is due to that circumstances. If we walk on the road, we might be stepping on many insects. That is also not considered as a killing, because we are not stepping to kill on those things. It happened somehow. So therefore, it very much depends on our motivation, whether our action is good action or bad action. It cannot be judged just by action itself, but it has to be judged through the motivation. So motivation is very important. Even though you didn't give the good food, good dress to others, but if you wished that way, then there is a merit. There is a good karma. So, this way we have to train our mind. Mind is not in the nature of anger, not the nature of the jealousy or any negative emotions. They are there as our habit. So that is why it is called habitual pattern. In Tibetan it is called pakcha. In English it is translated as a habitual pattern. But I don't know exactly it is the good translation. It is exactly not exact translation or not. But what it means is we engaged in those negative emotions in the past many times. Continuously we engaged, and so therefore it becomes the habit of our mind. Like those drinkers, they didn't drink when they were born right away, but then they drink and drink and drink, then become habit. So it is like that. So these are temporal things. We can remove it. So when we remove all these things, the mind is alone now. Now mind is free. So we can manifest. We can perform many things through the mind. because of these negative emotions. It's like a mind is prisoned. Cannot do anything, just sit in the room. So similarly, mind has no ability to do anything as long as mind is caught up with this negative emotions. So therefore, you will see, if you practice compassion, loving kindness, there is an increase of your merit. We all human beings, we have a different life. Everybody wants to be good, wants to be celebrity, wants to be popular, wants to be even the ruler of the country. But not everybody can become. So that is because of our merit. Some can become, some cannot become. But it doesn't mean there's no opportunity for us to become. Maybe not this lifetime, but there is still hope to become. You know, celebrities. People like very much celebrities. And therefore people want to be a celebrity. But not everybody can become celebrity. Again, the celebrity, film actors, movie actors, some of the movie actors people like very much, even the dancers. It can be because of good performance, good actings. But basically, it is because of his merit, or her merit, that make the people love, people like. So therefore, if we have a merit, naturally we can have more people liking us. So, I better talk now, go to the meditation. So, okay, before I go to the shamatha or karma abiding. So this, through the karma abiding, you can okay. Karma abiding meditation, I go to the emptiness first. The shamatha, vipassana meditation. Again, I will explain a little bit. So these two meditations, the purpose is that to open our mind, to transform our mind into the wisdom. Not only for the depression, not only for the stress, to remove the stress and the depression, but actually it is to transform our mind into the wisdom. The emptiness meditation is necessary to uproot our negative emotions. We have compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta, meditation, and there are many other practices. But they will not uproot. They will suppress our anger, our jealousy, all the negative emotions, but it will not uproot. So we suppress it and then at the same time try to uproot it. So we practice compassion, all these things, and at the same time meditate on emptiness. So the meditation on the emptiness is not the nothingness. we say cup is empty of water, empty of tea, so that means emptiness means lacking something. But here it doesn't mean lacking something. If you accept something, then this is not the right view. Then you still got stuck somewhere. So you should mean meditation on emptiness means not accepting anything and not just keeping your mind without clinging, without accepting, and without recognizing anything. So through that, then it will uproot our anger and everything. So for that, there is a meditation, emptiness of selflessness and emptiness of the phenomena. Emptiness of selflessness is judging one's own phi aggregate and then see what you found out of that. We will not find anything. So that ourself is not there, actually do not exist. So this way you have to train your mind. And emptiness of phenomena means all the phenomena are also like that. When we really go to analyze, then we actually do not find anything at the end. So therefore there is no point to cling on it. So this much I've explained. Now I will go to the shamatha meditation. Shamatha meditation is, we say awareness also. There are few other meditations like a remembrance. The remembrance has a remembrance of the body, remembrance of the mind, remembrance of the Dharma, and like that there are few meditations. And anyway, actually this meditation is to focus your mind on one point, but without clinging to that point. Just reflect that to yourself, to your mind, and without clinging. The technique for that is very important. The body postures is very important usually. If one cannot take that body posture, then nothing to do, but you can still meditate, sitting on the chair but not lying, sitting on the chair. The body posture, there are 7 body postures. And keeping the legs crossed, which is called Vajra cross body posture. It is said in Buddha's sutras that keeping your body or legs in cross, Vajra cross position, this can help you to gain a samadhi. Samadhi means some kind of mental ability. So it is very helpful position. And then you keep your arms stretching out. Usually meditating sometimes like this. This is not the right thing. You stretch out your shoulder, stretch out, and then keep the palms one upon another and touch these thumbs each other. Thumbs touch each other. And you hold your hand or difficult, then maybe put some cushions or below it. Otherwise, it is also okay, just without putting the cushions. You do it's okay, but it's good to keep at this level. Then you keep your spine, back spine, very straight up. It is very straight up in the center, not like to the right, not left, not to the front, not to the back. Very straight. And then your neck, little bit down, but not too much down, not too much up. And your lips, just keep them as they are, without too much close, without too much open. And the tip of the tongue touch the upper palate or touch the upper palate. Then eyes. Look, eyes not fully closed, not fully opened. I know many people close the eyes, and in fact they said why it is necessary to open the eyes. You know, if you open the eye widely, it will bring so much thoughts. And if you close eyes, it will cause you lethargy. So half open, like this. Not like this, open up, not like this. Just half closed. And then, so it is very important to do the meditation in a very quiet place. The place-wise, very quiet place. As an instruction, it said, you go to the place, isolated place. So today it is not possible. So what you have to look for is quiet place. At your home is also all right, but quiet, one of the quiet room. There was no disturbance. And in the instructions, it is said, look for isolated place. Isolated place means away from the crowd and away from the disturbance. And so disturbance means no disturbance during the day by the crowd. No disturbance during the night by the wild animals, even the snakes. So if there is a place where there is a snake, common poisonous snake, is common, then that is not a good place because you may face the danger. So then also atmosphere, climate, everything that suits your body. And where the food and medication is available. And that sort of place, which means not very far. If you go too far, then you will not find the food and the medications in case you need medications. So you should look for, but this is not necessary for you. You are all staying in the city. So maybe in the city is not necessary. And then start the meditation. For the Buddhists, what we do is in the room, you have a shrine, then you set a shrine. Shrine doesn't mean that so elaborated. If you have one statue of Buddha, that is also considered shrine. If you have one book of the Buddha, Buddha's teaching, that you put on the table, on the altar, that is also shrine. Or stupa or pagoda, put on the table. And then you put the flower, incense, or water, whatever you can manage. Not necessarily you need this. Traditionally we have 7 offerings. Not necessary to set all the 7 offerings. If you cannot manage, you can just, whatever offerings you can get, flower, candle, incense, whatever you can get, even the fruit, just put there. And then sit down. And as a Buddhist, then you must generate the motivation first. The motivation is, though you might be doing this to remove your depression or stress, but your motivation is not only for that. Your motivation should be that I am going to do this meditation in order to achieve the enlightenment. And if you are Mahayanist, Mahayana practitioner, then I am going to do this meditation in order to achieve the enlightenment for the sake of all the sentient beings. So the enlightenment actually has many levels of enlightenment. For the Mahayanas, enlightenment means complete Buddha. So in order to achieve the complete Buddhahood, I am going to do this meditation. And then you relax, very much relax, and before you go to the meditation, it is good to have rest, not engaged with the physical movements, physical action, work, hard works. And maybe 20, 15 minutes, 20 minutes before that, you prepare yourself. Before you go to meditate, just prepare. Keep yourself a little free without engaging with any hard works. And don't talk too much also. Because that will cause the thoughts come up. Talk less. And then proper body posture. And then clean your air, which means blow the air through the nostrils. So then this will bring out the old airs that is in our body, and then fresh air goes in your body. So usually do like this, from the start from the left nostril. First gentle, then little bit forceful, and then gentle, like this. So wait there until all the air goes. Then go back to change to the right nostril. Again do the same thing. Like this. Then from both nostrils. So wait until all the air goes out. Then you do these 3 times. If you are in a hurry or rush, then you may do 1 time. But 3 times is good. After that, you have to keep your air's balance, which means you have to keep your breath natural, not so much, breathing in and out. So for that, you relax and count your air going out. 21 times goes out, then it comes in. 1, then goes out, comes in. 2, like that you count, and 21 times. So after 21 times, it is quite possible that your inside breath or air is now balanced in the nature. Because the movement of the air inside brings a lot of thought. So then you cannot concentrate on the things. Now here, the concentration, the object of concentration. You can focus on any particular thing. Just put in front of you, 6 feet away from your eyes, but in the level of your eye. And that object must be very still, not moving. So it is, usually if you on the fan or if you stay in the windy places, then that is not a good place to do the meditation. It's meditation. So object-wise, any object you can put. But usually for the Buddhists, that Buddha's statue is recommended. Because through the focusing on the Buddha's statue, or Buddha's, when you statue means not whole statue, just put the statue, but you focus on your mind on the face of Buddha, on that Buddha's face. Because then it also, at the same time, helps to create your merit, to accumulate your merit. So face on the Buddha's statue. Very beautiful statue, not somehow Buddha statue. It's good, nice looking, nice good face of Buddha. Because usually it is good, any beautiful thing that attracts your mind. That attracts your mind is good to object of this meditation. Because the main thing here is your mind has to stick on that object. Your mind will not go anywhere else. So any beautiful things. So you can focus on a flower, beautiful flower. If you like the flower, if you love the flower, then you can focus on the flowers. But the Sakya tradition, we usually focus on the blue flower. Because blue, the color, does not harm the eyes. So therefore, focus on the blue flower. But if you do not find the real flower, then you paint the flower on a piece of paper. That 3-inch diameter, right? 3-inch round. And then in the center is very, very dark blue. Then 4 petals, the center of the petals also very dark blue, and then lighter and lighter. So 4 petal flower you can paint and focus on it. So when you focus on the flower, then try to reflect that flower only to your mind. When you look at the flower, flower, just try to, your mind and eye don't let go out of that flower. Just keep within that flower. Yet, you cannot cling on it. Your mind must not cling on the flower. Look at the flower without complaining, without discriminating, describing, just cling. It looks like a staring at the flower. But not just staring. At the same time, you must have the remembrance. Remembrance means that whether your mind is seeing the flower or not. If mind is not seeing the flower, just you are staring there, then that is called what? Liturgy or whatever. So it is not the concentration. You concentrate on the flower, or even the crystal ball, small crystal ball. But I don't know whether it is good for your eyes or not. You can concentrate on the crystal ball or Buddha statue or flower. When you concentrate on the Buddha's face, then just around that Buddha's face, your mind must go around that Buddha's face and no other things. Then so keep there, and if any other thoughts comes, don't let any thoughts come in. So you have to keep your mind free from all the thoughts. And just reflect the flower or face of Buddha. So then try to continue with that meditation as long as one can. But in the beginning, not very long time. You hold maybe 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, then stop. Relax, rest for a while. Then continue, then relax, then continue, relax. Then as you get used to it, better and better, then you make it longer and longer. So when this way, when you do this meditation, you will gain the 5 experience. The first experience is experience of what we call that recognizing the thought. Experience of the recognition of the thought, which means in the beginning, rather reflecting the things into your mind, you will have more thoughts. More thoughts will come. But it must not be disappointing you. This is the good. Because these thoughts are there all the time. But we are busy with so many other things, we do not recognize them. So when you are not busy, just there, then these thoughts comes there, and then you realize. So which means that you are on the concentration. Indication is that you are on the concentration. So this should not be disappointing. You carry on. When mind goes out, try to bring. When it goes out, must not think that, oh, I cannot do now this meditation. You continue. Try to bring back the mind and focus on the object. Then, as you do this, maybe depends on the individuals. After a few days, or after a few weeks, or a few months, it will improve. Then you will have sometimes you can be concentrated on the object, but sometimes suddenly thought comes. So it goes like this alternatively. So this is called experience of the of the resting thought, which means that when you are there with the concentration, then suddenly thought comes. So your concentration is resting, but suddenly thought comes, doesn't let you rest. And that is improvement. Then that is the improvement. Second experience and second improvement. The third one is you then gradually may be able to keep longer than before. You may be able to concentrate on the object longer than before. But then, once a while, the thought comes. So that is called the third experience. So this is improvement. Now the fourth one is called tide-like experience, which means that you can concentrate on the object quite long, but suddenly thoughts come. But then thoughts don't remain there, it goes away by itself. So then it's like a better improvement. It is like a tide, tide of the ocean. The tide of the ocean comes, but goes, comes, goes. But underneath the water is never moved. Only on the top the water is moved. So something like that. Deep in your concentration is strong enough, but there is some kind of wind. So that causes you to have a thought. Now the fifth one is, then you will be able to concentrate as long as you can. So that is the result. So once you reach this stage, you can concentrate on the object as long as you wish. Then you continue. Continue to do that. Then one day you will gain the samadhi. Samadhi means mental ability. So mental ability means then you can stick on anything. You can stick your mind on anything. And so you can meditate the emptiness also very easily. So without this meditation, if you jump to the emptiness meditation, that meditation is futile. You won't get any result. So this is the one way which may be quite difficult for you people. You have to go to look for the object first. And so now there is an insight meditation. Not say not without object meditation. You keep relaxed with the proper body posture. And then don't think anything. Just keep your mind in tranquility, which means without letting any thought come in. So you keep your mind completely calm. If any thoughts come in, try to forget it. Don't go after that thought. Because if you go after that thought, then one thought will bring many thoughts. Like one may think that after this meditation, I will go somewhere, or I will go to movie, I will go to somewhere, restaurant, I will go to talk to people. When you think this, then if you don't let it go, then it will bring another thought. Then another thought is, I will go to see the movie. After seeing movie there, I will meet a friend, and after meeting the friend, and there's so many thoughts, then they will go, and then you will not get any time to meditate. So don't let, right from the beginning, don't let these thoughts come in. Then you can keep your mind in tranquility. So then this will help you to this samadhi. When you gain this samadhi, your body become very light. Your body become very you have long life, and it can remove many obstacles. And if you go long and achieve, you can also gain some kind of clairvoyance through that. So it's interesting. So then you can read the people's mind. But not a very long mind, long time mind. Maybe short situations. So this is the, I think, short explanation of how to do the meditation. And through this, yes, the depression, everything will go away if you get success in this meditation. Even though you won't get the success in meditation, it will temporarily remove it will help a lot to remove your depression and stress and many negative actions. So, shall we have question answer, or we go to try one more? We together, I will instruct and you do it. Should we do it now or do it after the question answer? Huh?
3 hours.
So now everybody is sitting on the chair, so we don't care about the cross leg. But you keep the spine straight up. And you keep the shoulders stretching out. Then you bend neck a little bit down. Keep the two palms or hand at the level of the navel. Touch the tip of the tongue, the upper palate. Close the eye half, not fully opened, not fully closed. Now you blow the air through the nostrils. Alright, first from the left nostril, then from the right nostril, from the both together. for the second time. Third time. So this you don't have to do one after immediately. You do first and then rest, then again do second, third, and then relax, then third, like that. You don't necessarily need to do one after another, rushing. So then you keep then you meditate. We count the breath in and out. So we do that 7 times. 21 times will take a lot of time. So 7 times. So you count yourself. There goes out. Just watch that. Don't try to blow out, inhale in. Just let it do by itself and you just watch it and then count. Okay. So now we go to meditate. When you meditate, as I said, that keep the eyes not fully opened and not fully closed. So when you don't keep the fully closed, that's staring at if it is an object that you are staring, it may cause you tears dropping out from your eyes, but you don't bother about it. Just let it drop, and you continue focusing on the object. So now, relax. And keep the mind free from all the thoughts. So now you have any questions? Out first. When you blow, is it? Exhale, out first, then it will go in by itself, right? Or you, okay. Out first. You just wait, goes in, you wait until it comes out, then can start.
Instead of reflecting on an external object like a flower or some sort of object, could you concentrate on the breath instead of the focus point? Instead of having your eyes open and focusing on an object for the camera, could you focus on your breath? Could you focus on the part of your body that you have a sensation, where you have a sensation?
Yeah, there is a meditation like this. You can do that also. But then it will bring you more thought, I think.
More thought.
Yeah.
With your eyes closed.
Yeah, if you concentrate on this sort of thought.
It feels like I would have more thought with my eyes slightly open. There would be more stimulus. I feel like if my eyes were partly open, I would have more stimulus. So there would be more things to stimulate my thought.
If your eyes are closed.
If my eyes are open, it feels like there would be more food for thought.
What do you say?
That if his eyes are open, there will be distractions that he'll see.
Yeah. That is why you should not open fully.
So it's soft focus.
Yeah.
Soft.
Yeah. So if you close completely, there will be lethargy. So they just close half.
When you stop to open your eyes, I can't help myself from blinking my eyes, so can I just shut?
Yes, it will be. In the beginning, you will have this, but you will get used to it.
Are you allowed to blink your
No.
eyes?
I forgot to tell you. Better not blink. No, must not blink. Then it will bring. Because if you blink the eyes, there is some nerves there around the eye, which creates the thoughts.
So now the people try to do it all the time.
When do you realize? Oh, when you realized after this fifth experience. Yeah, that you have to experience by yourself. When you are able to concentrate on one idea or on one object continuously, then you continue that. When you're able to continue on that, you have not still reached the ultimate stage. You continue with that again. Then you will feel yourself. Your body becomes more light. You will gain some kind of peace in your mind and happiness in your mind. So then you achieved. And then ultimately, of course, you can gain some clairvoyance. So I cannot see your mind, so you have to see by yourself. So, shall we end up? Yeah? How long? long I do it.
How long do you meditate for and how often?
Why you want to know that? You want to know my secrets? Well, our Vajrayana meditation goes with the what we call sadhana. So that sadhana depends on how detailed you do each time. Usually 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. So it depends on how detailed you do. You know, there is a process of the meditations. So where you stop each meditation, each process you stop how long and like that. So sometimes when you are busy, you have to finish fast. Sometimes when you are not busy, then you have to, you can give more time. So usually in my case, minimum 2 hours. So but I try to finish everything in the morning. And if I am busy during the day, like I have to go out 5 o'clock, then I will get up 3 o'clock. And so it depends on.
I've really struggled with meditation for a long time now. I find that I get really distracted all the time. And I've tried going outside, like on a field in the middle of nowhere, and I will always find something that will distract my mind. Is there a better time, maybe from the day? You have to make sure that you don't eat too much or eat too little or have good enough sleep. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's very good. Also, I forgot to tell this. If you have a liturgy, then better eat less. If your mind is so attractive, then eat more. Because it will little bit make the mind tired. Is that? And usually morning is good. Morning is good. Early morning is good. And also, if you have a liturgy, then you wear thin cloth. If so much distraction, then wear a little bit warm cloth. And also, you can go to little high place and do meditate. There it will help you if you have too much liturgy. But not too much in front of the wind.
Within the enlightenment circle and amongst the Buddha fellows, how would they view your teachings? Would they view it as traditionalist or very modern?
Can somebody repeat this? Because echo is something.
I think he's asking whether your teachings are traditional teachings or more modern teachings.
Amongst fellows.
I see. I would say a little bit modernized.
Okay. So if
Traditional may be more tough. Traditional may be more tough than this.
okay,
So that is why I did not focus very much as a Buddhist way.
yes.
Even before I started talk, I actually asked Richard, should I make it as a Buddhist way or the just normal way? So then I decided to make it not completely Buddhist, but not completely normal way. Yeah. Balanced. So what is your reason to think about it? Why you thought that way?
What is my reason to ask? Is your question, what is my reason for asking? Because I'm of the thinking that there are different viewpoints
Theravada, Mahayana, are you talking about these two things?
I wouldn't know the specifics. It's just to understand where you stand in the whole
Oh, I stand,
philosophy of it.
okay, first is as a Buddhist, second is as a Mahayanist, and third is as a Vajrayanist, Tibetan Buddhist, and the fourth is as a Sakya. Is our tradition, name of the tradition. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Finish? Okay, so we will end up here. And thank you very much once again for being very patient to my talk, my broken English. And I wish you all the success in this meditation if you find time to practice it. And also I would like to say that as the Jew, our trustee member said that I've been here for the last 15 years. And we have this STL, Sakya Thubten Ling. Where is this? Shelbourne Road. Charminster. And it would be good if any of you would like to join as a member or supporter, because our present place is very, very small. It does not accommodate more than 40 people. Sometimes we can squeeze up to 60 or 50, something. But you see, every religion is necessary on this world today. I cannot say that Buddhism is the best. Buddhism is good for many people. Buddhism is good compared to today's the way of the world moving society. But of course we must appreciate and regard all the religions. Buddhism never teaches how to discriminate among the religions. And therefore I appreciate and I respect all the religions. You don't have to be all a Buddhist. I don't expect you all to be a Buddhist. But I expect all of you to be a good human being and helping each other, supporting each other. So, we need peace, we need harmony. But without religion, I don't think there will be harmony or peace. So, if everybody supports religion, then peace will come. We are lacking the supporters for the religion in this world today. More and more things are getting modernized. Even the religious people are now changing. I would say upon the Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist, Tibetans changing. So that is, religion does not become, people don't see the religion important. Therefore, interest is lost. Therefore, we lost peace and harmony. So therefore, I would appreciate whoever can support the STL. It's very much appreciated. We have a very nice governing body, trustees, and who has worked very hard till now, which made the continuous existence of this center. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best once again.